peace, tranquility, and sovereignty. Indeed, that's deodorant, of course. I say to all conscious people, good-hearted people, good soul people, awakened people, people who are just interested in new perspectives, who are interested in learning and more about themselves in general, and are willing to tap in with people online who think similar and share similar experiences, me being one of them. Bro, so I hope everybody who's watching doing good, doing great, or making a stride to do better as we all do as much as possible. To get right into it, I wanted to make a video about generational curses in the Afro-Indigenous communities, in the melanated communities. You know what I'm saying? Not just African Americans, quote unquote, but in the Hispanic communities, too. But in every community that is down, that is considered minorities, where minorities reside, but do want to talk and hit hard on my people too. We have many different curses that us as a people we allowed to transfer down through bloodline, because we can sit here and blame the system all day. We can sit here and blame them all day, but where does the change really reside in, to where it starts to affect the external, us? Just like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror too. It starts with that person. It starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with him, her. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the curses we carry down don't allow us to tap into that. One of the curses to me, this is all just off the top of my head from what I learned so far, is the fact that we don't really break down, you know, good information to the kids that are coming up. We always pass down information, which a lot of information from our previous influences, like parents, guardians in general, are beautiful, and they are great for knowing how to navigate the physical world. But when it comes to the unseen, when it comes to just pure knowing, pure instinct, pure nature of self, we don't really tap into that because we're taught, oh, this is more important. Going to school more important, getting a degree more important, being somebody more important. But we don't focus on the fact that we are born somebody already, and that resides heavily in the African American community, the Afro Indigenous community. Sorry, however you want to say it, and the Hispanic community too, which I grew up around a lot of Hispanics too. Mostly my people, but I had a chance to go and dibble and dabble in other worlds. You know what I'm saying? White people too. Native people too. Chicago is really big on diversity. Like, we have a lot of diverse neighborhoods, trends, activities. But just seeing it in other areas too. But when it comes to us, because we're so highlighted in the world as something negative, we're painted as something that you either want to be us, to be flashy, be cocky, be material, or to be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? When ultimately it's just history that was rewritten for us to be like this, a system that was made based on history that was really built on loyalty, gold, originality, ancestor worship, but I would say acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't built on systems like religion. You know what I'm saying? We were just built on the love for our people. If you had a soul, if you wanted to work towards the betterment of our people, that's my bird in the background, if you could hear that. It wasn't built on the fact that we were just born and just meant to follow, or think we're meant to follow a system that tells us how things are before we even get a chance to rub our eyes. Just, it's so many examples, to be honest, but not allowing ourselves to differentiate or discern the information that is given to us, because we're taught that if you don't obey, you ain't gonna be shit. You know what I'm saying? Then whatever you believe in strongly can become your truth versus what the truth can really be. But because this reality is meant to be shaped by you, whatever you run with is your truth, because you believe in it so much. So we believe, and it's beautiful. It's supposed to believe your parents. So like I said, they're meant to guide us in the physical for as much as possible, in this world as much as possible. But we're not really taught to let kids teach them. Parents are also supposed to be taught. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to think that you have everything in this world, or not have everything, but know everything in this world, because something new is presented every day. There's a chance to learn every day. But because you think that you might be finite, not infinite, but finite means you have a certain limit to your power, to your existence, to your magic, instead of being infinitely possible with multiple opportunities, or for multiple opportunities and multiple levels of elevation. A lot of people think they're finite. They just think that you die and that's it. You just got one life and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That it holds us from being able to see that the fact that we are constantly creating through the real God, the woman, the real creator of, you know, everything. Because we constantly created, that's what makes us infinite. And infinite people think we're not, because their version of this body dies, right? So that makes them seem like, you just came here to suffer, and you do the best you can to enjoy your life, if you focus on peace or focus on whatever, and then you die. Like, I think that's kind of trauma being passed down too, because we're not being taught anything outside of that. Another form of trauma within our community: whoopings. We can't sit here and say that's something that isn't destroying us at the same time. Like, thinking that we have to hit our kids over any small inconvenience. And it might not be small, but it's still not the way to present change, or to present the ability to see something different and act different next time. You know what I'm saying? In actuality, being whooped or being disciplined physically only makes a person want to go and do those things even more, or find more, you know, connection towards anything outside of their parents or their guardian or whatever, and towards those negative things. Like, it doesn't really help. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it's never helped anybody, but it does really help the growth though. Because think about it, we used to get whooped from our slave masters back in the day. We used to get whooped from them, whipped. You know what I'm saying? Whip us all day if we said something back to them. You know what I'm saying? Put us on display in front of families, especially the men. You know what I'm saying? And destroy us. You know what I'm saying? In other ways, but we were whooped by them. Sometimes just cause. So, like, how are we still whooping our kids, and you see that other nationalities, races don't whoop their kids like that? You know what I'm saying? Especially the one who's in control of everything right now. And you might be like, oh well, that's why their families are dysfunctional and their kids act up and be bad, but it's only fuel for the kids to do further damage to themselves, or to their mind, or it's the same thing, but or environment. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, which it hurts more spiritually, because anything that hurts the spirit can really damage you worse than the physical. Physical pain is temporary, it goes away. Spiritual pain only goes away when you choose to work on yourself for it to go away. And that's trauma, insecurities, negative emotions that kind of run your life, mindsets, beliefs that you think that's how the world's supposed to be. This all resides in the community. You gotta, I feel like we gotta highlight these things. It's something that needs to be more important, not just the fact that we need more financial abundance, which definitely is a high factor, yes. So we can have, or put it in the hands of the right people who know how to actually make change with that. But it's the fact that we have to start in the house, on the block, when our kids are born. We gotta start there. But we don't choose to think about the things that are possibly false history or possibly negative habits within our people, because like I said, we're taught to be just normal, or just taught to be just comfortable with this, and because it's normal. But we have minds, we're strong enough, more mature enough to think like, oh, what's wrong with this picture? Why am I still doing this? Why are we still doing this? But a lot of people are distracted. Cutwaters, media, beefs, music, wanting to be seen, a relationship, sex, so many avenues I can drive down. It all starts like what I said with Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror. You know, I don't want to talk about so many things that destroy us in the community, but I want to talk more about them in segments of videos. So the second video will be a part two to how we can get rid of, identify and get rid of generational curses. And we know it's more, but and you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it all starts, like I said from the beginning, within us to see those things, to see those patterns, to see who is implementing these things, which is the Western man, and to make that change within ourselves so we can make that change within our bloodline. Yeah, I'm happy to say that I'm one who's more conscious of these things so I can tell my kids in ways that'll help them understand as I understand who they are growing up. I'm not going to say I'm the dictator, I'm the leader, and you're supposed to listen because I'm the parent, I know everything. I'm going to present them with the things that I feel like can help them in this physical, but allow them to grow so I can be there and ready to present knowledge and insight. Not make it seem like I just need you to listen to everything I do, knowing that we ain't always, or parents ain't always right. You know what I'm saying? But it's the best thing is they still try their best, their hardest, and they still give us a lot of great information, great passages, great insight, great tools to navigate. That's one thing we can never take away. Don't ever discredit. It's not to discredit parents or down them, nothing like that. But it's just to be able to start the perspective of looking at our kids as growing up new, the kids in the block, or just being able to be around anybody who has an open mind. But like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it. Let me know what you think in the comments if you want to comment and give some of your perspective. I hope y'all doing good. Shout out to everybody who watched this. I appreciate you for watching. This just, like I said, just doesn't happen within my community, but it happens in every community. But I want to also highlight mines. You know what I'm saying? Which is nothing wrong with that. Anybody can highlight their community, their people. You know what I'm saying? If you sticking up for what's right, you know what I'm saying. But I'm sticking up for everybody. I just know that my people is someone I can be more of it, or something I can be more of an insight for, more of a voice for. You know what I'm saying? Because I am that. But I hope y'all have a great day. Hope y'all already having a great day and have a better day even more. Next video coming soon. And yeah, God, Goddess, keep elevating. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe you're a God or goddess, it's okay. Just remember you have energy, and energy is universal, and the universe is infinite. So that makes you, peace to you. Ashe.